Sell tickets online, never in the streets. Easiest way to make money. I go to the ticket shop.
Click the link at the top line of the description. Don't wait. This little riff going on between Mia X, who, as we know, is pretty much considered the queen of Southern hip hop. Her and Master P. Now, she was supposed to actually perform at the Essence Festival, very big event. I definitely want to attend one year. Out in New Orleans, and she was coming at Master P saying, "I felt disrespected." This is her quote. The show had been booked for many months and had been advertised as a featured artist. There's been a clash because of my concern about the short time, no schedule in place, no rehearsal, no contract, no deposit, and fear of a repeat of 2018. I don't know what happened then. She put, on June 27th, I was sent a contract, but at this point, it was too late, in my opinion, to give the largest, most celebrated festival for us what it deserved, from stage coordination to wardrobe. And also, I felt insulted by the dismissal of a fair fee, considering how big the Essence, festival is. She was supposed to be performing, as we know, with Master P, and Master P actually had a response as well.
What's up, y'all? I've been coaching, but wherever the miscommunication went at, y'all know that I give Mia X whatever she wants. So let's cut that out. I talked to Mia X. I told her to give me a number. Whatever the management was talking about, y'all know how I cut for Mia X. She gonna get whatever she wants. She could perform if she want to. She don't have to. It's a Master P farewell show at Essence, and it's not a No Limit reunion.
All right, so you see, it's a Master P, farewell show, and obviously she feels like she should be in it, but she's pretty much saying, as we seen, compensation ain't right, no rehearsing. Like, what are we doing? Are we doing anything? Or just some, as people will say, end shit.
Yeah.
And you've been into the music industry. You've been to venues that was just wow. With a name like the Essence Festival, it shouldn't be this way.
Right.
So what's your thoughts?
All right. So I understand from Mia's perspective when it comes to rehearsing, because even though, okay, we may not know Mia X in households across the country now, but when she goes out there and performs and she has records that people do know, in particular down there, she wants them to come off the right way. You know what I mean? She don't want to go up there and there be sound issues and ear monitor issues and I can't hear this, so this is off and that's off. And then somebody's recording that, because everybody's recording now. And then we see a video come out 10 hours after she performed and people are dogging her for having a shit show. She's trying to avoid all that, which I understand and I agree with. And I also understand Master P. I think sometimes a lot of moguls, and we've been talking about this recently, they get an unfair rap, man, because you can only do so much for everybody, right? Like, you take care of your artists as much as you could. You do your thing while we're hot. But am I obligated to take care of you every goddamn day for the rest of my life? And if I don't, am I worthy for ridicule and criticism on social media when 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to defend myself? So you just destroying my character without there any real defense to anything going on, just because this one isolated incident, because my name is attached to it. I could have had no involvement in the contract or anything, but my name's attached to it. So now I'm at the head of the table for the bullshit. After all we've been through, why has it always got to be like that? So I understand both sides. When it comes to a performance perspective, Mia X has every right to make sure that she's out there performing at her level, because that's her reputation on the line. When it comes to a compensation perspective, if it's a Master P show, then at the end of the day, I would assume that if it was me, I can't talk for Mia X. If it wasn't my show, my name wasn't the headline, I'm being featured and I'm being paid, man, I'm cool with it, bro. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for giving me some extra bread. I'm going to go out here and do my thing, but I damn sure still want to rehearse. I damn sure want to make sure it's right. But I ain't crying about the money because I ain't have to be up there. That's just me.
Let me just add this real quick. She added, she said pretty much the essence, they were using her marketing materials without confirmation or her participation. She went on to say, and I quote, "I felt like once again, no matter who's saying protect and respect Black women, they always sell us out to the boys club." Now she's pretty much claiming she hasn't been in contact with Master P for months. Like, she, it was just some janky shit. But like you said, maybe Master P wasn't in charge of that aspect, of things, and maybe she feels like has a relationship with Master P. Maybe it's a sort of entitlement. I'm not saying she don't deserve all the stuff that she, a rehearsal, her fee, and all that, but this stuff should have been handled a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whose fault that is. You hear Master P saying, "Look, she could have got paid whatever she wanted." He probably wasn't into that shit. He probably just wanted about performing and doing other things.
Exactly.
Somebody dropped the ball somewhere, but you calling out Master P. You're so quick to call out Master P. It's like, damn, it's crazy. But what do you think about her in particular, saying that, no matter who says protect and respect Black women, they always sell us out to the boys club?
That's dangerous, man. It's real dangerous because it's such an easy out. And it kind of just goes on the dynamic and the real fractured dynamic that we have between Black men and Black women. They always feel like they're unprotected. We've always felt like this has been an ongoing issue within our community. But nowadays, it seems like it's just thrown out like loose leaf paper. And sometimes it's not the case. Not every situation is a Black woman not being protected. And I'm not, a lot of cases are, but not every situation is. But we hear it so much and it's so easily thrown around that it's weaponized. And that's the dangerous part. Don't weaponize trauma that's been in our community. We weaponize domestic violence. We see people get victimized and they weaponize it all the time to invoke different reactions and emotions out of people. This is another emotion reactor type situation. This could have been a situation where, what if there was a woman behind all of this shit? Is it a woman not defending another woman? We don't know who was in charge of the money and the books and being booked here, or why your image was on a moniker and you're not being paid for it. You need to speak to people in charge of that. Now, I'm assuming if Master P's performing and he has all the other things going on, he's not negotiating that kind of shit. He has somebody negotiating those type of things for him. So we just got to be careful in how we weaponize certain phrases in our community, and that is one of them, man. And I don't know, and like I said, I don't know if this is the case with Mia X. I hope it's not the case. I hope she's out there celebrated and honored the way she deserves to be. But man, it's used way too much in my opinion.
Well, I'll say this: there's other Black women on this ticket that are going to be there. Let's see, Glorilla, Summer Walker, Money Long, as well as other people like Boyz II Men, Maxwell, Davido, the Osley Brothers, Buju Banton, Donnell Jones, and Nas are supposed to be at the Essence Festival that's going on a couple of days. That's a lot of people. So their stuff is straight. It seems like I'm sure they booked. They got, so something happened. I don't know. Something happened to where and what Master P said, he was like, hold on, like there's not no no limit tour.
Right.
Me. I'm not obligated. This is me. Like, why you gotta be in it? Because we're in New Orleans and you the queen. Okay, I feel you, but this is me.
Right.
If it was a tour, of course you would be in it. So the sense of entitlement that, and to jump on the internet so quickly, why not reach out to P first? Maybe she did.
Right.
P, look, situation ain't straight. Boom, boom. I'm sure people that's closer to P than any of us. You know what I mean? You can get P.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So why not? Like, what makes you jump into the internet?
Even if she couldn't get in contact. Yeah,
go ahead.
Even if she couldn't get in contact, all the years and all the shit that y'all put in all the time, even still, you still got to get on the internet. That's somebody's favorite place to go. Soon as something don't go their way, don't matter the relationship, don't matter the time put in. I'd be like, yo, you and I got a disagreement. 20 minutes later, I'm on the internet throwing in subliminals about hip hop and synth and all this shit. Like, what are we doing, dog? Like, everything don't need to be out there, even though I ain't got to talk to you for 2 years. That don't mean the shit got to be on the internet. It's just, people run to that shit so much, and it's for attention. It's for this.
What were we doing before that? When the internet wasn't around, we had issues. There wasn't no internet to go to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, maybe people's going to magazines, I guess, but that you ain't see that shit till 6 months later. That'd have been pieced up by now. People so emotional, they want so much attention. This attention thing, man. Even with people that are not even nobody, not even known, they go on the internet for 3 or 4 likes and doing some dumb shit.
Yep.
Girls putting up little joints, looking at, putting filters on and all that, just to get a couple niggas to say this or that. Like, this attention bug is the worst thing. It's worse than drugs, man.
It is. For 30 views and 4 likes. Crazy.
Like, yo, wow. man. But
and it ain't just normal people doing it. It's celebrities that we've looked at and loved and watched, and it's singers. And if they out of the light for a while, we'll see them do some very desperate shit for attention, and it just exposes a lot of people, a lot, old, young, everybody.
I think was Denzel saying that to Michael B. Jordan. I think he was saying that. We never talked about that. And he said something in regards like if they see you all the time on Instagram and social media, he was saying something like they ain't gonna want to, you know what I mean? Come see you or something like that. Whatever the case may be. I forget that. Like we know what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like don't oversaturate. Like don't ruin the allure. Like we don't want to see Michael B. Jordan every day. He waking up in the morning with a crust in his mouth. Yo, what up, y'all? What about with these bitches? Every now and then, or whatever the case may be. But he talking about issues and shit, that's gonna water you down.
Yep.
You know, I mean, he still get his acting jobs and all that. I'm not saying, but at the end of the day, like we might say this nigga's a clown.
Yeah, and it will affect it. We will be less likely to go to the theaters and support projects if we know this dude is a clown. It just is what it is. But you know what I mean? When you got to lay out like Sinners and you got everything popping and you kind of staying behind the scenes and we only see you when it's time to promote something, you give that allure. Like I want to see this dude. I ain't seen him in a while. And I mean, we know Michael B. Jordan been out, but I feel like I ain't seen him since the last Creed. But we know that's
here's what he said. Yeah, here's what he said. And here's the exact quote. He's talking about the overexposure hurts movie stars. He said, "Why pay to see you on a weekend if they see you all week for free?" Then that's the advice that he gave to Michael B. Jordan.
Game. People, everybody need to take heed of that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, that's a fact.
Like just we said, it makes you like, you know, like this nigga ain't nobody. And I'm sorry to use those words, but that's how we feel as a people. Like that's our lingo, right or wrong. Who is this? I seen him, you know, doing this the other day with this and that, and then you know what I mean. I'm not going to go see that movie. He's a square.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, a lot of people that's why they say never get to know your idols. Never get to know them, because once you get to know them, you like these dudes just like a Lord Jamar, one of them guys. Like these dudes just clowns, man.
Clowns, man, and it hurt. And you realize you're like, damn, these dudes are clowns, dog.
Right.
Straight up and down.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we've been on here for a minute, man. We knocked out 2. It's always good to, you know, to get it in. It's been a long time. Yeah, and then you got nothing else, do you, on your side?
Nah, man, it's dry over here, bro. But I'm glad we got to talk about something.
Hell yeah, definitely. But yeah, man. So stay locked in with us. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on the video. Another episode of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast is in the books. We're gonna be I told Kara Dangerous, you know, we will start trying to get her on as a regular, maybe once a month, bi-weekly, and get her on here to you know, talk her stuff. So that'll be dope. And a few other people that we could do the same thing with. But with that being said, that's your brother Sam Man, Borrow Hip Hop News, and your brother Oh God Hip Hop News Uncensored, together with the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Over and out.